So we need to talk about how the College Football Playoff Selection Committee could absolutely positively screw Colorado, even if Colorado wins the Big 12 championship. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button. We make segments on this here show every single day. We do live streams as we need to do them. I be out in these streets, and we're at 117,000 subscribers. It'd be nice to get to 118,000 subscribers pretty quickly. I want to talk about the College Football Playoff Selection Committee's rankings on Monday before Tuesday, because I have spotted something with my little eye about what might transpire between now and the end of the season. And it has everything to do with the Group of Five highest ranked champion and the Big 12 and or ACC champion. And I'm going to unpack this, but I want to start by going with this, right? Washington State has made this a little bit simpler for the, selection committee. Going into this, Washington State, if they had beaten San Diego State and they had gone 11-1, they present a problem, present a challenge, because while they are being treated like a P4 team, they don't play a P4 schedule, and they play a mostly Mountain West schedule. The thing about their loss, though, is that was pretty bad, and it was to Boise State. However, because they lost to San Diego State, the College Football Playoff Selection Committee doesn't have to do much with Washington State except maybe rank them. And B, the Boise State win doesn't look as good as it once did. Like an 11-win Washington State makes Boise State look really, really good. A 10-win Washington State still can make them look pretty good, but you want that 11-win of Washington State. That also leads me to, other than Ashton Jeanty, who has 1,893 yards, needs 735 yards to break Barry Sanders' single-season rushing record of 2,628 yards, no matter that Barry Sanders did this against Big 8 competition in 11 games, and we're going to give Ashton Jeanty 12 plus whatever the postseason rots for Boise State to break this record in the Mountain West. They bring him. They bring him to the table. Maddox Madsen is a lot of fun. That defense is really good. However, it is a G5 team, and they play a G5 schedule. And I think the selection committee is ranking their loss to Oregon and not necessarily the schedule that they've been playing, okay? So they lose to Oregon on the road on the final play of the game, and Ashton Jeanty ran for 192 yards in that game. As losses go, it's pretty good, but it is a loss to which you're going, hey, Boise State played them as close as Ohio State did. Different Oregon team. And I think even Oregon fans would tell you that, right? The Oregon team that we saw damn near get vandalized by the Idaho Vandals, who got sunned just this past weekend, that ain't the same football team, okay? They needed to get started a little bit later, and once they have gotten going, it's been Ohio State and Wisconsin that have pushed them since Boise State did the same, okay? There's also this part where Army is undefeated, and Army is the real fly in the ointment, all right? Because ain't nobody getting cured from an Army victory against Notre Dame. As a matter of fact, if you're a Big 12 Colorado, Big 12 BYU, Big 12 Arizona State, three teams we think going to be in the mix for the Big 12 championship, you need to be a huge Notre Dame fan this weekend, because if Army is able to get a top 10 win, and that's what it will be, against Notre Dame, the barnstormers that they are, playing at Yankee Stadium, that is one of the best wins in football, and really makes it difficult for them to put a second Big 12 team in, with Notre Dame getting a 10 and still probably being one of the 12 best teams, according to this particular math, because A&M might end up with the SEC championship. So the directional Illinois, Community College Illinois loss might not be that big a deal. And the one that you take to West Point actually looked pretty good, as West Point is, again, undefeated. Now, West Point goes up and they beat South Bend. They're 10-0. They're probably a top 10 program. They have a game left for the conference championship against Tulane, who is undefeated in conference play and whose only losses are to Power 4 opponents, Kansas State and Oklahoma. The problem that you're going to run into is that could easily be one of the highest ranked conference champions, along with Boise State, since we're here. And that's how the rules are set up. The rules are the 4 highest ranked conference champions get the automatic qualifiers and the first round bye, 1 through 4. And then we allow the group of 5 highest ranked champion into the field, okay? So if you have an Army or a Boise State that is one of the 4 highest ranked conference champions, you see what I'm saying here, right? You're going to have to give that G5 spot to a Big 12 member or you're going to put in 2 G5 teams into the 12-team playoff and also have to put that Big 12 member in as one of the 12 best teams in college football. That ain't going to sit well with anybody. Nobody. If you have a Arizona State, Colorado, BYU, Big 12 champion, and they do not get one of those 4 automatic qualifying spots, people are going to flip tables. They are not going to be okay. And if they see that 1 or even 2 of those spots go to G5 programs, they're really not going to be okay because they're going to claim that the game is rigged. I know y'all don't like to see no little people come up and be good because, A, some of y'all black men be coming at me about what I got to say about Colorado, not knowing that I was interviewing Prime on this show 4 years ago. And I have been caping for that team since he got to Colorado. As a matter of fact, the highest ranked show on the #1 college football show is me talking about Deion Sanders getting hired at Colorado. Go ahead, check on what you got receipts since y'all got time using your lunch break to go talk noise in the comments to a black man about another black man talking well about a team. And not for nothing that Travis Hunter's out here being ridiculous. Like, Travis Hunter is a prismatic warlock with getaway artist and a Nova bomb attached to a still hunt, an apex predator, and a hung jury out here just being productive. Travis Hunter is an arc subclass hunter with gathering storm, centrifuge, ionic trace, liar's handshake. The man is soloing the Last Wish raid. The man is punching gods in the face. That man is the Heisman Trophy winner. I don't give a damn what nobody else says. That man has played more than 1,100 snaps. He played 1,100 snaps last year. For perspective, UTSA has played the most offensive snaps of any team per game football. 84, 83.9. So we're going to round it up to 84. That's 1,002 snaps. They finished the season with 12 games. Travis Hunter's going to play 1,400 snaps this year. He's going to play 2.5 seasons of football, which means that he has basically played 6 years of football the last 3 years, and he continues to be this productive. The man ranks number 14 in receiving yards with 911 nationally. The man ranks 3rd in the Big 12 in interceptions with 3. The man ranks 6th nationally in receptions with 74. The man is ranked 8th in receiving TDs with 9. For perspective, Jeremiah Smith has 45 catches for 865 yards and 9 receiving TDs. He is the best wide receiver at the #2 team in the country. That is the company that Travis Hunter is keeping as a receiver, and it's going both ways. And all I hear from y'all is, look at their schedule. Players and coaches cannot make their conference schedule, and even if they could, they cannot tell you who is going to be good and who is not. Okay? We all got our ideas about who is good and who is not. That's why we put these little numbers next to teams' names. But none of y'all had Indiana being 10-0 and it being the watershed game for Ohio State going into the season, because that'd be asinine. Same thing I would say about Indiana. Hey, they ain't played nobody. Dog, they are beating everybody that they play. And even if you want to tell me that Michigan is their best win, 17-15, I'm also going to tell you they beat everybody else by 14 points or more, and nobody scored more than 28 on them. That is a damn good football team playing in the Big Ten Conference, and all y'all got to do is talk noise. You know, like I don't get y'all, man. I don't get y'all. Kansas is a good football team. They've shown that the last 2 games. You know why? They have beaten back-to-back ranked opponents for the first time in school history, and all y'all do is talk noise. You know, talk about what Quentin Skinner ain't going to do against DJ McKinney, Travis Hunter. Get out of here. Jalen Daniels is every bit the talent that Shedeur Sanders is. That's not a hot take. That's just what it is. Melo Dotson and, my God, Kobe Bryant, 2 best tandem quarters in football. Can't wait to see what they can do against Will Shepard, Travis Hunter, and you better have Draylon Miller and LaJohntay Wester and Jimmy Horn in the middle to take advantage of the middle of the defense, because the perimeter is going to be a fist fight. That's going to be so much fun. I still think Colorado beats Kansas. They beat Oklahoma State. They win the Big 12 championship. This committee will find a way to screw them. BYU beats Arizona State. Arizona State beats BYU. Whatever. They get to the Big 12 championship. They play Colorado or otherwise. They're going to find a way to screw them. I know this because they have ranked Boise State ahead of this team, Colorado, all the way through. If they fall BYU behind Boise State, it's over. It's a wrap. Because nobody plays nobody before the Big 12 championship, before conference championship weekends. It's just not, it ain't a good look. It ain't a good look. And I know y'all are not going to be okay if Colorado, BYU, Arizona State is one of the 12 best teams in college football and doesn't get one of those 4 spots, because you believe, like many believe, that those 4 spots should go to the Power 4 conferences because Power 4 conferences play the tougher teams. But if you find out that undefeated Army makes that 4th spot and then they lose what is essentially a postseason game to Navy, everybody going to be some kind of mad on this, man. Or Boise State draws Texas, draws Ohio State, draws Indiana, draws Oregon, draws A&M, and then gets sunned, y'all going to be upset. When all we really want to see is the best players play against each other. And for me, for one, dog, I want to see Colorado up against Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Oregon, Indiana. I want to see that team play football. And you know what? We better, because we are on borrowed time with Travis Hunter. That dude is going to play Kansas, Oklahoma State, hopefully the Big 12 championship, and then the postseason, and then he's off to the NFL. So you better enjoy his behind while you are here, like you should be enjoying this channel. Stop talking noise. Be about it. Don't come in here talking haterade, holleration, all right? Or my daddy used to say, hateration, holleration. Don't hate the player, hate the game.